Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to kind of talk about why I'm not as open as I used to be when I'm posting stuff on social media. So, for an example, let's say if something serious goes down, right? And then I'll make that post saying, like, hey, anybody's ever going through some stuff, like, feel free to reach out to me and talk to me and all that, you know? So, at one point in time, I was posting that left and right, and then I think, obviously we all know at one point in time I was dealing with a lot of hate on YouTube. So these guys, anytime when I would post a video, tweet, Instagram, whatever the situation was, whenever I would post something, these guys was all over it. And I mean, I can't remember if I had seen it in a video or if somebody just overall told me, but it was like these guys literally had like a Discord server where they would be talking about me and stuff. So it was, man, like it was wild. It was overall wild and stuff. And I'm like, a lot of times it was just you couldn't really post or talk about nothing because all these guys wanted to do was quote unquote criticize it. And I'm like, bruh, there's a lot of things in this world that don't need to be criticized. Me making a tweet about whatever it is that I'm tweeting about and it's just something stupid. It's just me just overall posting a tweet. It don't need to be criticized. Where it's all like, oh man, just got home from work, long day. Man, I'm like, I just want to sleep for the rest of the week. Now I'm like, oh, well, you gotta work. I'm like, that's, you're being a poor worker. And it's like, oh my God, can I just post something without having people jumping down my throat about it? Jesus, it's like man, I'm telling you guys, like it got to a point where like more so with content creating, yes, of course I was gonna post. But like with anything else, it was like, fam, and I know there was at times where I would put it to the test where it's like these guys would, quote unquote criticize stuff that didn't even require any criticism. Shout out video. I've went into, that so many different times about like all the different stuff that they've criticized, and it's like it doesn't even need no criticism. But anyways, no, but let's overall talk on like, why I'm not as open as I was at one point in time. Because yeah, like I would be very open, when it came to like social media and all that stuff. But yeah, but when the hate had came through, it was like I didn't even want to post no more. Like at least like just personal things, because I feel like with content creating, when you develop a hate group, when it's like, and you're a content creator, when that happens, it's like doors have closed in your life. Doors have closed. There is no way possible for you to be able to reopen those doors back up, because if anybody is going to see it first, your fan. See, the funny thing is that your fans, right, will see you post some stuff like that where it's like, hey, reach out if you need somebody to talk to, and your fans will just be all like, oh, good guy Tyler, gotta show respect to Tyler. No, Tyler, that's some real stuff that he just posted right there. That's a real motivational post that he just, because like it'll be something like that, right, where I still do it. Like I feel like I'm kind of opening up to it now, but overall though, if it's like on some stuff where it's like, if I'm like, oh, reach out if you need somebody to talk to, then yeah, it's like, they're all like, yeah, good guy Tyler, all that other stuff. But no, so I think I did tell this story where it's like I did make a post like that on I guess it was like, yeah, it was National Suicide Prevention Day. And I made this post saying like, hey, if you guys need somebody to reach out to, feel free to reach out to me. And when you make a post like that, you're expecting people that has actual problems to reach out to you and to actually, they need somebody to talk to. They need somebody. But when I had made that tweet, I only had 2 haters reach out to me just so they can make some like bad video about me and stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? Like that's the thing where it's like, you realize like how evil a person can be, then yeah, you eliminate yourself from posting on like, platforms, or just posting certain things on platforms, because yeah, you have people out there where it's like, you will see like how dark and just so low that they'll get just so they can like make your life like just extra worse than what it already is and stuff. So Yeah, that's why I'm like, with me, it comes down to that. It comes down to just, overall just want my privacy to just be respected. Where it's like, yeah, people, they ask me certain questions, and it's like, then fast forward, then it's like a couple of years, no, not a couple of years ago, last year. But having it where there's like some random, another person. And that's the thing where it's like, it's only haters. It's only haters that care about that type of stuff. You'll notice the difference between a fan and a hater. Now, there are some weird fans out there, but they're not a fan. A fan, in my opinion, is somebody, they respect what you got going on and don't try to disrespect it at any given point in time. So for an example, I'm gonna just lay out some, because so there'll be haters, they'll pretend to be fans, and then there's those crazy fans, and then there's the fans, right? So a fan, if they join your stream, right? They'll join your stream and be like, oh man, I love watching you play this video game. It's like, oh man, that's chill that you play this game and stuff. And they're like, how long you been playing it? Yeah, I've been playing. You're having a conversation with somebody, right? And that's the beauty of like when you're talking to a fan, is that you guys are just communicating. Y'all are just talking. Like the times where fans have joined my streams and we have just overall just been chatting it up about like, whatever video game I'm playing. So let's say for an example, I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077, right? So I'm playing that game and they're all like, oh, fun fact, Keanu Reeves, he did this when he was playing. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Then we just sitting there talk for the whole stream, just talking about Keanu Reeves. Now, that's how a fan would talk. And then, with whatever other game that you're playing, we'll just be chatting it up, talking and all that stuff. I love those interactions. Those interactions is like, that's the reason why what brings me into being a content creator versus when you have a crazy fan. A crazy fan is like, you can tell that they're fanning over you too much. And it's like, okay, calm down. I'm human, just like you. I got blood running through my body, just like you. Even though we're different, we are the same. We are on the same level of life. We are humans. There is nothing special. The amount of times where I have to say that, and it's like, fam, I don't want people to look at me or to view me in that way where it's like, you have to, I'm skipping out on work so I can, watch your stream, or I'm not picking my kids up from school because I want to watch your stream, or, my mom needs her medication and stuff, and I'm not, but that's too far out, but your stream, I gotta watch it. I'm like, bro, you need to reevaluate for those type of fans, and then for the haters, it's literally the same, conversation. You need to reevaluate your life and get your priorities straight, because I should not be your first priority. All right. So, but anyways, yeah, it's like with crazy fans, they'll say some things like that where it's all like, oh, I'm skipping out on my, education and stuff because I wanted to watch your latest video or whatever, or I just wanted to, breathe the same air that you're breathing, bro. We're all breathing. Everybody's breathing the same. The fact that the thing is this. If you're going to see somebody that you recognize, like, oh, hey, such and such, whatever. If you give me some, Beyonce treatment, I was just thinking about this the other day, but it's like, if there's ever a time where a fan, they run up on me and they're crying and they're like, oh my God, I finally got to meet, and they're crying their eyes out and they're hugging me. And I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like, how do you expect me to react? How does anybody, my thing is this, even when you see how Beyonce, when she be reacting, you'll see where they'll hugging them, be like, it's okay, but it's like, they're really trying to tell them, hey, stop crying, stop that, you should not be crying over a person, and it's like, there is no reason to cry over me like that, just stop it, okay, so... But yeah, it's just, you see that, and I'm like, oh my God, this is weird. It's just, I don't know how to overall respond to this. I don't know what to do and things. So, and then then there's the haters where it's like they're trying to, I don't know why, but it's like, I just remember the one hater that would join my stream, and he was asking me all of these personal questions, and it's like, I don't know what that, and that's why I'm like, I'm very private about my life because I don't want people to be all like, oh, well, now that I know what area you live in, I'm gonna try to go over to your place and see. No, ain't nobody asked you to do that. That's the thing where it's like when you have people that are that upset, where if like, okay, yeah, so now talking on the haters, where it's like they're that upset where they feel like they gotta cause some sort of like bodily harm to you or whatever, or try to end your life or hurt you, whatever it is. But it's like, it's stuff like that where, and then I'd sit down and I think of that one dude, and it's like, it was not too long ago where I had posted this video of like the messages that he would leave underneath my like stream. And it's funny because he knew he was saying some crazy stuff. That's why he ended up deactivating that account. I'm like, yeah, because you and I both know you said some crazy stuff. If you didn't, you still would be using your main account. So, but anyways, no, he was asking me questions about how many people live in my house, like how many stories is it? Do you have a weapon? Like all these other, I'm like, what does this have to do? Why is it that when people, they can join my stream, not ask me questions like that, but you're asking me a question like that? Why would that even matter? What sense does that make? Like, if that's the case, I'm like, view me as the most dangerous person of all time. View me as like where I post videos of me shooting guns left and right. I got my whole house decked out in security. It's like, bro, nobody needs to know that. Nobody at all. But it's like, when you asking a question like that, then it's like, okay, well, maybe, yeah, I should go out and get me a weapon because, yeah, it's the people out there. I'm gonna just say this much. If you're a streamer and somebody asks, or a YouTuber and somebody asks you questions like that, ban them. Don't even give them the satisfaction of an answer. Ban them. If they're like, I didn't say anything wrong. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. Don't even respond to it. Ban them. Cause no, it's my thing is this. You should never, all right? And this is just, talking to anybody out there where it's like, because I know there might be a fan where they don't realize that that's like a crazy question, but I'm like, yeah, you asking about a person's personal life? No, bruh. If it's something that person is, they're willing to talk on and stuff. So like, let's think of some good example. So like, let's say if a content creator just recently had a kid and stuff, and you ask them a question like, hey, how's the mother life, or how's the father life? Now, if they respond like that's a personal question, don't ask me that, then the content creator may overall be a little weird and stuff, because I'm like, how is that? I just asked you. You ain't gotta like tell me about like where exactly the location. I'm just asking like, how is it? Is it good or is it bad? Like, I mean, obviously you're gonna look at it as good. So I guess it's just it's one of those questions that you might already have an answer to. But still, it's like, I guess if it had been me, and I just recently had a kid, and then somebody joined my stream and was like, oh, how's father life going for you? I'm like, oh man, it's a lot. I'm like, dang, up in the middle of the night. But no, it's overall good though. It's like, it's good to just, have a little junior version of me and stuff. So that's how I think I would respond to that. But yeah, if it's on some stuff where they're all like, oh, what's your address? I'm like, why do you need to know that? I'm like, what sense does that make of even asking me a question like that? It's not a bad question. I'm just, no, it's a question you don't need to know an answer to. I'm like, you don't hear, like, because the funny thing is like, if I wish I did have that opportunity to ask them, like, okay, well, what's your deepest and darkest secrets? What's some stuff that you haven't told nobody? What's something that you are so ashamed of the world knowing that you don't want nobody in this world to know? You don't want me to know. You don't want your family to know. You don't want them to know nothing. What is the one thing that you're so ashamed of? And how would you feel, right? If that one, I take your deepest and darkest secret, put it on one of those planes that be carrying those like those paper tarp things that be flying in the back of it. You know how those planes where it'll have like a phone number or something that like, and it's on like some tarp or like just some like big giant sign. Like, yeah, a sign overall, but it's like, it ain't really a sign. It ain't like no billboard type, but it's like, we're gonna call it a plane sign. Okay, we're gonna call it a plane sign because I just can't think of the official name for it. for it. But yeah, we're going to call it a plain sign. But no, so overall, it's like I put your deepest and darkest secret on that, or publicize it on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, wherever and stuff. And I'm telling everybody your deepest and darkest secret. That's an invasion of your privacy. So why is it that, my question is, why is it that I can't have that same, energy back where it's like, okay, because then people are gonna be like, well, it ain't all that. Like, no, bruh, if I consider it private, it is private, okay? So yeah, that's why I'm like, there's just certain things that I think all content creators shouldn't overall talk on it. But yeah, it's just people out there, they weird. I don't know why they're weird, but they're weird. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Again, people, haters, stop being weird. Crazy fans, we're not no king, gods, or queens. And fans, keep doing what you're doing, all right? But anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.